talking about last night. I ain't gonna get into that though. Y'all good? First of all, I'm Keisha Nicole from B96.5. You guys hear me every single day, 3 to 7 p.m. on your way home, and my player partner.
And I'm your player partner, Big Homie. What's happening, ladies? But it ain't about me today, it's about T.I. today. He's in the building. You know what it is. The homie hookup has definitely got the star of stars. The King is in the building tonight. Y'all make some noise.
Now, first of all, I want to thank T.I. for coming through, you guys. You know, he ain't got to come through the bill, but he came through the bill and up here showing us some love. And we're going to be talking about some of the stuff of his upcoming album, Paperwork, of course. And I got you guys' questions from Twitter, some of the crazy questions that you guys had. You know, try to keep it PG, okay? But we're going to get to you guys' questions as well. So, first of all, welcome to Louisville, Kentucky, T.I.
My pleasure. You mean welcome back?
Welcome back, because you were here for Derby about 2 years ago, right?
Sure.
He was here for Derby about 2 years ago, and then I think this is the most recent time you're in.
I think we fall through here, man. You know, every time we put an album out, not to mention, you know, coming to perform here and there, different venues and whatnot. America's Most Wanted didn't come to Kentucky.
It did not.
It didn't?
It did not. So you know what, T.I.? You know what, T.I.
Hold on, whoa. They pay and I show up. You know what I'm saying? Believe me, I'd love to catch.
Speaking of tour, so listen, we're going to make a pass right here. Next week, come on, you got to make a stop there, my man.
Hey, I tell you what, I'm going to stop here right tonight. How about that?
Tonight is going down.
Stop here tonight.
At Cole's Place.
Now that I can guarantee.
OG Mine's birthday bash at Cole's Place tonight, so make sure you guys are in the building. October 21st is the date we have been waiting on. Paperwork for so long. Oh my gosh.
It ain't been that long.
It has been that long. It has been long.
Well, thank you. I mean, I appreciate it. I mean, I just been really, you know, it's been my life's passion for the past 2 years, I guess, man. Just, you know, to put this project together and make it the most complete body of work I could. And I think, you know, we finally settled on you know, on a collection of songs that's, you know, probably gonna end up being my best work.
So this is your 9th album. How does that feel?
How does it feel?
Yeah.
I mean,
seriously, how do you continue to create though after 9 albums?
Life, you know. I think, man, you know, it's just about taking experiences, taking moments, taking things that you encounter, that you observe, and endure throughout your life, and translating it to musical inspiration. I mean, as long as I continue to live, I'll continue to have inspiration.
All right, so I got a question. At what point did it go from an album to where you want to do a movie with it? Because that's just unheard of with how artists are dropping albums these days. You don't really see the movie feature anymore. I mean, 50 Cent did it when he dropped, but you also had great success in your movies.
But I mean, film is something that, the thing is, when you begin to become inspired, it's hard to, especially when you like multifaceted and have other things going on in different areas. It's hard to stop that inspiration right there. Like when I make albums and do music, when I record songs, I can visually see, you know what I'm saying, kind of I can create circumstances, situations, or a story that will accompany this music. So with that vision comes, you know, the idea, and we can bring this into fruition. I think the fans will love it.
And while we're talking about a movie, I mean, there were rumors upon rumors about ATL2. Would that be an ATL2?
You know, we working on it. It's about financing. You know what I'm saying? It's about getting Warner Brothers to see that, Warner Brothers Pictures that is, to see that, you know, the ATL2 could be as big or if not bigger of a success as the first one. But the cast, the director, all the other producers, we all, man, stay in very close contact with one another. We're just trying to really put it together. Hopefully we can have it done for the 10-year anniversary.
It's been 10 years?
2006.
Oh my God. So obviously you guys are older, so the storyline is going to be a little different. But speaking of older, you don't never age. What the heck are you drinking? What are you doing? What are you taking?
Drinking
stay
tea.
that long.
Nah, man, I mean, I don't know.
You and Pharrell come from the same problem.
I mean, man, I just, you know, I work. I work. That's what keep me on. You know what I'm saying? People start getting old, you ain't seen them in a while.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I stay working.
And you stay relevant.
Well, thanks to y'all.
You stay relevant.
Thank you.
How do you balance like being so busy and keeping your family life, like with your kids on television, but also keeping that part of family life that's private? Like being a father as myself, I really respect how you kept the privacy but still kept it public at the same time.
Yeah, I think it's all about prioritizing and just creating some boundaries. First, as a fan myself, I mean, I go by what would I care to see on TV. And if it's something that I feel like would be entertaining and appropriate, then, you know, let's ride. But if it's just, you know, what I did when I went in the refrigerator, you know, just little simple trivial things, I mean, I don't think it's really a need for it. I think that kind of stuff, man, should remain private.
Now, when it comes to your kids and your music, is there ever a time where you're like, okay, I have this album complete. Let me see if my kids, because, you know, they're part of the generation, they're part of the...
No.
Let me see if they... You know? Oh, okay.
No. They'll get their turn. You know what I'm saying? I mean, right now, see, that's always something I just try to... When I'm doing albums and stuff, like, that's kind of like, that's a separate section of my life. Like, I don't just include everybody who I know who do music and say, hey, come and help me, or come and join me on this album, because now that's a real, very personal, because all of this comes from my mind. So if I have an idea for someone to get on a song or to join me in a collaboration, and so I had the song just how I like it, and I add them on it, and it's not right, they just have to come on. And now you interfering with my vision, you know what I'm saying? And that's kids as well.
Absolutely. Now, who was part of your vision for this album? Who did you work with?
And I was really blessed and fortunate to be able to still work with a selection of who's who, man, of the industry, from Jeezy to Lil Boosie, Usher, Chris Brown. Let me see, who am I forgetting? I'm forgetting somebody. Young Thug, Iggy Azalea. I mean, you know, definitely a who's who. And on your ninth album, man, it's really it's a blessing to still be relevant enough to be, you know, even for these people to even consider working with you.
So we have another question from the Twitter followers. They want to know, what was it like working with Iggy? You know, because really you kind of brought her to the urban audience.
Yeah, I mean that's like a little sister. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's the little homie. She's very specific about her vision and how she would like to present her art to the world. You know what I mean? So I mean that just had someone else who is as meticulous and as particular about their art as I am about mine, you know, so we kind of have to conform to one another's ideas. Right. So it's more that's more of a you know, a compromise. Okay. You know, you gotta let women have their way for the most part.
You got to have them.
Even when they wrong, they right.
Speaking of women, you're the producer of Sisterhood of Hip Hop, and you know, watching the show. First of all, thank you so much for creating that lane for women in hip hop, because I realized.
Thank you for watching.
I know, I actually love it, but you know, we always notice that there's not many women at one time in the game. When you look at the country, you see the male rappers dominate. How come women cannot coexist at the same time? Why can't we find female rappers out?
I mean, y'all, you tell me. I mean, it ain't two women. I don't think is it two women working here right now? Y'all watch it.
You know what it is?
By lunchtime, it's gonna be one. It's gonna be one. I mean, women, y'all just refuse. I don't know what it is, especially when it's a man in the middle.
But do you ever think that there's going to be a time where we can coexist and it'd be like 4 or 5 women rappers in the game?
I hope so. Sure. Why not? So since we just dreaming about it, I guess. Yeah, 5 or 6. So I mean, who knows? I think that's up to the female species.
So with I call it ratchet reality TV being so high on the scale, and I know a couple of times you've taken a stance against it. Is this something that you personally have your hands on with this new program to kind of cut the ratchetness out and get back to more reality?
I don't think it's my job to cut out the ratchetness. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, as long as there, you know, are different people from different walks of life in the world, as long as there is a such thing as reality TV, I mean, ratchetry is just as much a part of some people's reality as anything else. So if that's their reality, who am I to say they shouldn't show it? You know what I'm saying? But as far as where I put my face, where I add my name to what I promote, you know what I'm saying? I mean, even if it's ratchet, there's gonna have to be some sophistication within the ratchetry. It's gonna have to be some kind. There's gonna have to be a purpose, a point.
Right, sophisticated ratchet.
Yeah, sophisticated ratchet.
Now, we know you got your hands in the TV and the music and the movies. I know that a lot of these guys that are in the game now are putting their hands in the sports marketing, sports management. Is there anything that you'll be interested in?
I'm interested, but you know, I mean, I'd rather sit around, I'd rather sit and wait for the right moment for me to enter into something rather than try to claw, scratch, kick, fight, bite 6, 7 other people for one particular endeavor. I ain't really I ain't hurting for nothing to do. So when the time is right, it's cool. But I'm not gonna, you know, try and, you know, step over. I ain't gonna step over nobody else necessarily. I got so much other stuff to do, man. When somebody wanna be with me and they say, hey man, listen, I think that you can really add to, you know, add to my career. I think you can enhance what I already have. When there's an athlete that feel like that about us, and you know, the time will come. Until then, I find a way to keep